Gadadhar Shrivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna. So happy to see all of you and grateful to all of you for joining and for keeping your videos on. And those who are not able to, no problem. But those who can, I'll be happy to see those of you who can. So yes, thank you very much. And this is our, in the series of 108 verses, which we are discussing. This is the second session, although we have done a few sessions earlier on different topics. So grateful to all of you. I'm happy to see Mayur Patel here. I heard he's just about to reach Noida. So he's still in the class. Thank you very much. I think you're on the way to our temple. So we have this series going on, and I'm very, very happy and very grateful to all those who tried memorizing the shloka. The first shloka, or is it the volume is low? Is everyone feeling that? Is my volume too low for all of you? I don't know. I mean, it's all normal here. Who can tell me? Anisha, can you just let me know? Is it too low?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, it's fine.
It's fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Rupal, is it too low for you?
It wasn't for me, Prabhuji, but I got a couple of texts that said it was low. So I'm asking them to maybe turn up their volume.
Maybe initially it was.
Okay.
Now it has been.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so yeah, I was saying I'm very, very happy and grateful to all of you who tried memorizing the verse and, part by part and sending it. Very happy to see that. I'm sure Krishna will bless all of you for taking this, taking so much of your time and out and trying to memorize. You'll definitely get a lot of spiritual benefit just by doing this. So now we will continue that, and we will discuss now on the second important verse. And at the end, I would like those of you who would like to recite the first verse which we did last Sunday, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. By now this word will be very, very, I should say, it must be ringing now in your mind, okay, in your ears, in your mind, okay, Dhritarashtra Uvacha, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. So those who have memorized it, I'll be happy if you can recite towards the end of this session. So be ready for that in case you wish to do that. So today we are discussing on the second important verse of 108 verses. This is the verse from second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and it is the 7th verse. So we had taken first verse of first chapter, but we didn't take other shlokas or other verses from that chapter, because when we talk about most important verses, there are 700 verses in Bhagavad Gita, and we have taken only 108. So obviously a lot of verses will be left out. But nonetheless, once we finish this 108 verses discussion, we will discuss Bhagavad Gita verse by verse for those of you who are still interested to continue. So now here, we are discussing this verse, which is there on your screen now. This is the seventh verse from second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So those of you who can read Sanskrit, there is Sanskrit. Those of you who would like to read in English, there is English. So I will recite the verse, and then obviously all of you have to hear carefully, because then throughout the week you have to memorize this verse. And it is a very nice verse, very melodious verse, I should say. So please hear carefully, and we'll recite this. कार्पण्यदोषोपहत स्वभाव पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेतः यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. So this is the verse. I'll recite one more time for you all to understand it, how to recite. कार्पण्यदोषोपहत स्वभाव पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेतः यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. So this is a verse spoken by Arjuna. The first verse which we took was spoken by Dhritarashtra. That is where the word came, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Now this verse is spoken by Arjuna. And what is Arjuna saying? Arjuna is saying, I will request one of you to read this translation. Any of you would like to read, you can raise your hand. It's just plain English. I think any of you can read. Any of you would like to read, or I should read it? I thought you're comfortable in English. Okay, Rupal, please read.
Now I am confused about my duty and have lots of composure because of miserly weaknesses. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is the best for me. Now I am your disciple, and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me.
Thank you. Thank you for reading. Yes, this is the verse which we are going to discuss, and we are going to learn a lot of lessons. See, when we read any scripture, we should always relate it to our life. Unless the scripture gets related to the life, or we are able to relate the teachings of the scripture to our life, the scriptures do not become relevant for us. So that is why it is important that we always, whenever we are reading any scripture, all the scriptures in the world are for our benefit. So whenever we are reading any scripture, we should definitely make sure that we relate it to life, learn some lessons which can help us become a good human being, lessons which can help us develop some good qualities which can help others, qualities which can attract the Supreme Lord. So that is very important while reading the scriptures. Similarly, when we are reading this Bhagavad Gita, so we should try our best to develop or to understand the lessons of life so that we can develop good qualities. Now here, let me give you briefly, I'll give you the background. Now in the last verse where we had started, and some of you sent me a message about hearing the recording. And I'm very sorry. Unfortunately, we could not record the last session. So I'm not able to, we were not able to share with you. But I'll just do a quick recap for those who were not present. A quick recap. So we did the first verse, Dhritarashtra Uvacha, Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre, samaveta yuyutsavaha mamakaha pandavaschaiva kim akurvat Sanjaya. So we started by saying that how a blind king was asking his minister about the destiny of the world. And Dhritarashtra was not just blind by eyes, he was blind in the heart also. How it was, we discussed. So, very important lesson there was that the blindness in the eye is not as dangerous as blindness in the heart. And then we discussed about Dhritarashtra's mindset, where he became biased towards his sons. So we discussed at length that how favoritism destroys relationship, institutions, or societies. So how when we become biased in relationship, like I gave example of parents, or in the institution at workplace when you become biased, or in societies, so how difficult it is for anyone to um, continue a good life. And so few different kinds of biases we learned. And the main reason for that was a tendency to own everything. This is mine, this is yours, or this is everything is mine. So then we came up with a very good lesson that where there is mind, there cannot be divine. So you have to understand that everything belongs to the Supreme Lord. So that was the lesson we learned. Then we learned about Dharma Kshetre and Lobha Kshetre. That means Kshetra is field. So field of righteousness and field of greed. And we discussed at length how we can make this greed into divine energy or to the righteousness. How we can shift the vision from mine to Krishna's. We just have to change the lens from mine to Krishna, and greed turns into grace. And then we also discussed how we can invite Krishna into our life. So, any place that becomes holy, the moment Krishna is invited to reside. And we discussed about offering the fruits back to Krishna, because life is not what happens outside, it is how you see it inside. And then the question was asked. We also discussed about power of questioning, because questions open the door. Although Krishna gives the key for it, but questions open the door. And we discussed about inner battle, how Kurukshetra means our mind, where the battle is going on. There was a battle going on in Arjuna's mind also. And Dhritarashtra, being the blind man, is controlled by attachment. So when our mind gets so attached, then it is not under our control. When attachment controls the mind, then it is practically blind. And then Sanjay represents a spiritual guide who sees through Shastras. So we had discussed this inner battle, and then how better to admit confusion like Arjuna than to cling on to illusion like Dhritarashtra. So we had discussed that every morning we wake up to Kurukshetra. The war of selfishness versus selflessness begins every day morning. So this was the discussion we did in the last session on first verse of Bhagavad Gita. Then what happens is that Arjuna starts giving various reasons in the first chapter. I'm not going to fight. Why should I fight just for this piece of land? Am I going to kill my own people? No, I'm not going to do that. If I kill, then there will be chaos in the society. Who will take care of the women? And then women will become polluted. Then you will have such a progeny which is unwanted. So then the society, all welfare work will be finished. So all these reasons Arjuna gave. And then the second chapter starts with Arjuna crying, tears in his eyes, because Arjuna was so confused, so perplexed. Arjuna thought that, how can I kill my own people? In fact, in his mind, he was asking this question to Krishna, that Krishna, if you are in such a position, where your spiritual guide, your spiritual master, Sandipani Muni, is standing in front of you, will you kill him just for the sake of duty? So Arjuna was really disturbed, really perplexed. He didn't know what to do, and he started crying. He had tears in his eyes. That is what is mentioned in the beginning of this chapter. And who was Arjuna, the most powerful warrior on planet Earth at that time? And he was crying because he lost the battle with him. It is said, Tam tatha kripaya vishtam ashrupurna kulekshanam. Eyes were full of tears. And he said, I cannot fight. I'm so confused. So when he could not see any path where he can walk on, any way which he can take, he was so confused. That is the time Arjuna thought, I need guidance. I cannot continue like this. Although in the first chapter he kept on giving all sorts of reasons. In fact, he was telling, or he was guiding Krishna. We can say that he was instructing, oh Krishna, we cannot do like this. This should not be done. But then ultimately he got confused. And then that is the time when he changes his relationship with Krishna. Both were friends. Both were almost of same age. Both were very close friends. Until now, Arjuna was talking like a friend, but when he thought, I need some guidance, I cannot continue like this, the confusion is going on, increasing. So that is the time Arjuna took Lord Krishna as his guide. And this verse, why we have chosen, why is amongst the most important verse? Because this is the turning point for Arjuna. Turning point for Arjuna because Arjuna now is seeking guidance. Unless you seek guidance, you cannot progress. Like, one time a person was driving late night and he got lost. So he kept circling the same streets, but he did not ask for direction. He thought, okay, I'll find out. Maybe that time GPS was not there. So after hours of wasted fuel and frustration, he finally stopped and asked a local person, can you please help me find this? Where is this? And within minutes, he was back on track. So his pride kept him lost. But when he went to seek the guidance, that brought direction. So please understand, pride keeps us lost. It is the mood of surrender, or it is the guidance which brings direction. So there are two things, pride and direction. If you maintain your pride, I'm not going to ask. I don't need any guidance. I know everything. I can guide people. I know God. I know everything. Then that pride, you'll always be lost in this world. So pride keeps you lost, and guidance brings direction. So Arjuna was in this situation, so he surrendered. He went to Krishna. He said, I seek your guidance. See, by nature's own way, the complete system of activities is done in such a way that perplexity is inevitable for everyone. Every step there is perplexity. And therefore, it is very important for one to approach a bona fide spiritual master, a guide, a mentor, who can give proper guidance, who can give proper direction for the purpose of life. So until Arjuna surrendered, or until Arjuna sought guidance, Krishna remained silent. Why? Because it was Arjuna's arrogance at that time, who was telling Krishna that if I do this, this will happen. If I do this, will happen. So guidance begins when arrogance ends. Krishna was waiting for his arrogance to end. And this is the point. This is the verse where Arjuna gave up his arrogance and he sought guidance. I need your guidance, Krishna. So please understand, in our life also, we need guidance. We cannot survive without guidance. And guidance begins when arrogance ends. Now you may ask, why do I need guidance? I have I have experience of so many years. I don't need guidance for anything. And if there is guidance needed, we have Google Guru is there, we have Chat GPT, we have AI. Then why do we need a person to guide? Isn't it? Nowadays, there are so many gurus coming in the name of AI, in the name of Chat GPT, in the name of Google Guru, or so many others. So why do we need? Yes, these are helpful to get us information. Definitely. Very wonderful tools to get us information. But they are not the proper guide who can understand our feeling, who can understand our situation, and then guide you as per scriptures. So that is why, and even if you say, okay, I'm accepting Chat GPT, actually, you are accepting the guidance. Guidance is needed, right? So this world, the situations are that in our life, we get perplexities automatically without us wanting them, right? No one wants fire, yet it takes place. So here, the first line of this shloka explains Arjuna's condition. Karpanya dosho, that means miserly weakness. He had strength, but he refused to use it for the right purpose. That is why his strength is called miserly weakness. Although he had the strength, but he was not using. Who is a miser person? One who has something, but he won't use it. That is a miserly person, right? He has money, he won't use it. He has strength, he won't use it. So Arjuna had all the strength, but he was not ready to use. So that's why weakness was miserly weakness. Now, when we talk about being a miser person or a miserly attitude, many of you think that I don't have miserliness in me. Never. I'm always helpful to people. I'm always ready to give others. No way. I'm not miser. I don't keep to myself. Now, let me tell you, miserliness is not just for money. Miserliness can be for many things. Let's discuss few things. Miserliness of courage, like we are seeing with Arjuna. He had the courage, he had the strength, he had the knowledge, he had the skill, he had the weapons, he had the training, and he had Krishna himself. What else you need? Yet he refused to use all those things for the proper cause. Now, the proper cause in our life in Sanskrit is called dharma, religion. In English, when we use the word religion, it indicates a particular kind of faith. Today, our faith is in a particular book. We are called so and so. Like if you have faith in Bible, you are called Christian. If you have faith in Bhagavad Gita, you are called a Hindu. If you have faith in Quran, you are called Islam. You are following Islam. So religion shows a kind of faith, but real dharma goes beyond that. Real dharma is the dharma which can never be separated from you, which never changes. Like Prabhupada used to give the example of sugar. As soon as you hear the word sugar, what comes to the mind? Sweetness. Suppose I come and I give you sugar in your hand, please take this sugar, and you'll take, and you're about to eat, and I'll say, but this is salty, it is not sweet. And you'll say, oh, what kind of sugar is this? Sugar can never be salty. So dharma of sugar is sweetness. Or the water. Water is always in the liquid form. As soon as it solidifies, it becomes ice. So liquid form, liquidity is its dharma. Similarly, what is the dharma for all of us? Is it being a Christian? Is it being a Muslim? Is it being a Hindu? What is the real dharma? Real dharma for everyone is to serve. Service can never be taken away from us, and serve for a higher cause. Serve to achieve the Supreme Personality. That is the real Dharma for everyone, whoever you are, whichever religion you follow. There is difference between religion and spirituality. Religion divides us. Oh, my God is better than your God. It's division. But spirituality unites us. Because we talk on the level of spirit. We are all children of the same God. It doesn't matter which family you belong to, where you took birth. It doesn't matter. We are all children of the same God. That is spirituality. It's uniting. All over the world, people are fighting in the name of religion. It is only spirituality which can bring all of us together on one platform, the platform of service, the platform of seva, the platform of achieving the Supreme Lord. That is why miserliness of courage. You have everything he had, yet he refused to use it for the proper dharma or for the right cause. So please understand, to withhold strength when it is needed, like you are needed somewhere and you're just withholding, you have the strength, you're not using it. It is the worst stinginess, I will call. You understand what is stinginess? Being stingy, miser. So here, the first kind of miserliness is miserliness of courage. Second kind of miserliness is miserliness of duty. When we know our responsibility, but we avoid it because of fear, because of attachment, because of any excuses. For example, a father can guide his children, but he says, let them figure it out on their own. So escaping duty, that is a miserliness of duty. Whatever responsibilities we have, we should fulfill them. We should very happily, we should try to fulfill all our responsibilities. Escaping duty, please understand, escaping duty is poverty of character, not richness of wisdom. When you escape your duty. So it is not that, okay, I have escaped because I am very intelligent. So intelligently I have avoided my duty. No, that is not richness of wisdom. Please understand, it is the poverty of your character that you were not able to do your duty. The third miserliness is miserliness of the soul. Soul's real wealth is to serve the Supreme Lord. So to keep that service locked inside and waste life in material pursuits is real miserliness. So we have miserliness of the courage, we have miserliness of duty, we have miserliness of the soul. We have miserliness of giving the Supreme Lord to others. Whatever you have received Krishna, you have received his grain, you have received his mercy. Share it with others. Certain things, when you share, they grow. Don't keep it to yourself. Can you give me 2 minutes? There's a lot of sound outside. I'll have to do something about it. Give me just 2 minutes. I'll be back. Hare Krishna. So sorry for the interruption, for the break. I think it was a good break for all of you also, no? To go and have some cold drinks and popcorns and everything like that. Okay, so we were discussing about miserliness. We discussed about miserliness of courage, miserliness of duty, miserliness of the soul, miserliness of giving Krishna consciousness to other. Whatever you have received, please share with others. There's a very nice story of a person who had his corn fields. And so the local government, they were seeing that, who's growing the best. So every year they used to have an award for the best corn grown. And this particular farmer, he used to get it every year, the best corn in the area. So the reporters one time approached him. They wanted to know the secret. So they went to him and he said, please tell us, what is the secret? How is it that every year you're getting the first prize for the best corn? So he said, my secret is that I share my seeds with my neighbors. And the reporters were shocked, because if you are the top person, you would like to, hold it, you would like to hide it. You don't want anyone to know what kind of seeds, but he's saying, I'm sharing it with others. And that is the secret. So then the reporters asked, how is it possible? People will not share what they have. So he said that, see, if I don't share the best seeds, then my neighbors who have the farm, nearby all the farm, will have the low quality crop. And then that crop will affect my crop. So it is better that I share good seeds. And that's how I can get the best crop. So this is what is sharing. You share your best thing all around you, you'll have the best people all around you. You won't have people with negativity. You won't have people with wrong ideas. You won't have people with bad habits. Create a culture. So sharing is very important. Whatever we have, we should share with others. So that is why, if you have knowledge, do not refuse to teach. Otherwise, you are a miserly person. If you are a rich person, do not hesitate to help the needy. If you are a devotee, do not hesitate to share kirtan or prasadam or Krishna katha or the knowledge of the scripture. So miserliness is not in the wallet, it is in the heart. When we withhold what God has given us for being offered back to Him. So that was Arjuna's first condition, karpanya dosho, miserly weakness. Then karpanya dosho pahata svabhava. His nature was disturbed by attachment. That is the second condition given for Arjuna. That was Arjuna's condition. Swabhava means our natural disposition. And upahata means disturbed or polluted due to attachment and weakness. So this was his situation. When we also lose our swabhava means our natural feelings, our nature, natural tendencies, what we have. Sometimes we just lose them because of attachment to something. So what happens when you lose your nature? Whatever is your nature, swabhava, when it is disturbed, what are the symptoms that your nature is disturbed? It is not as it should be. The first thing is that you are not able to take clear decision. There's no clarity in decision making because natural intelligence becomes clouded. You cannot distinguish between right and wrong, duty and desire. Arjuna was a Kshatriya, his duty was to fight, but attachment made him argue against Krishna. So sometime in us also, we see that we are not able to take decision, indecision. or we are paralyzed by a very important word, what if? Okay, I'm going to do this, is what if? What if this happens? What if that happens? So loss of clarity in decision making because of attachment. So when attachment drives you, clarity is not there. Second symptom of a person whose nature is disturbed, upahata svabhava, is contradictory behavior. You act against your own nature. Arjuna was a warrior. He wanted to renounce and become a mendicant on the battlefield. That was not his nature. It was contradictory behavior. So sometimes we are also, as a responsible person, as a responsible parent, etc., we want to escape our responsibilities. As a student, you want to abandon studies due to some pressure. As a devotee, you want to avoid serving due to your own comfort feeling. Please understand, this kind of contradictory behavior is making a lion into a lamb. Lion means we are having the power, we can do a lot, but then we become a lamb. So that's why this is important, that Vahata Swabhava, the contradictory behavior should not be there. And we give excuses and justification. This is also the symptom of attached nature or your disturbed nature. That's not your nature. When you start giving excuses, justifications for what wrong you are doing, you rationalizes laziness as rest, greed as planning, or avoiding responsibility as humility. Many times people use these words. You're lazy, but you say, I need some rest. You're greedy, but you say, oh no, I'm planning for this. Let's wait. Let's not spend on this. Let's try to get some more money. Or you want to avoid responsibility and you say, no, let others do it. I am fine with it. Showing your humility. No, like, don't make excuses as the mask for disturbed nature. Understand it and work on it. So sometimes we have inability to act despite knowledge. This is also a symptom of disturbed nature. We know what we are supposed to do, yet we scroll on the phone, right? We know honesty is right, yet we compromise under pressure. So please understand that weakness is not ignorance. It is paralysis in knowledge. You got paralysis, we should say. So weakness is not ignorance. So our nature actually shines when we align with the right thing, with dharma, proper dharma, spirituality, but it gets disturbed when captured by attachment. So now our nature is captured by attachment. Let's bring it back to, let's align it to dharma, and our nature will shine again. Normal, whatever is natural feeling will come back. So dharma sammuda chetaha. So after saying in this verse that Arjuna's condition was karpanya doshopahata svabhava prichhamitam dharma sammuda cheta. He was confused about his duty. What is right, what is wrong? So in our life also, we see a lot of these things. We get confused between short-term comfort and long-term good things. When Arjuna was fighting, Arjuna was telling Krishna that I'm not going to fight. So Arjuna preferred peace now. But actually it was required, the battle was required for future justice. So sometime for getting something quickly, like say for example, you may choose an unethical job for quick money, but you may give up very honest job which has slower growth. So we are always confused between short-term comfort and long-term good. We should go for long-term. Yat shreyasyan nishchitam bruhi tanme. Arjuna said, please tell me what is good for me for long-term. I don't want short-term comforts. So this is a very important instruction that we get from here. Dharma sammudha chetaha. Please don't let your mind become confused regarding your duties, regarding what has to be done, what not to be done. That inner turmoil which goes on, which does not allow us the peace of mind. Heart is restless, and heart will remain restless until it rests in dharma. So confusion about duty, confusion about dharma is natural. Even Arjuna went through it. But the solution is not endless debate. Solution is seek guidance. Surrender to Krishna and Guru. So when we admit, I don't know Krishna, please guide me, that is the time the confusion is removed. I'll tell you a very nice thing. People think confusion is the disease. But I am telling you, confusion is not the disease. Refusing guidance is the disease. Confusion is not disease. Everyone can have confusion. Have you not faced confusion in your life between your heart and head, emotion and duty? Many times. So confusion is not a disease. It's not disease. Refusing guidance is definitely a disease. So after telling this, he says, Shishyasteham. Arjuna is saying, I'm your disciple. So a friend is turning to disciple. Earlier, Arjuna was speaking to Krishna as a friend. Now he says, I'm your disciple. So until now, Krishna was silent, just listening. The moment Arjuna surrenders, Krishna begins his real teaching. So a very nice lesson Krishna by his behavior is giving us, that knowledge doesn't flow sideways between equals. It flows downwards from teacher to student. That is why humility is needed. We can't just be arrogant and have knowledge. Instruction centers when ego exits. As long as ego is there, instruction will not enter our mind, our heart. So we need to go to the right person. You know that famous story being told that one time a person was going on a motorway and then his car broke down, stopped suddenly. He tried everything. He couldn't help. For hours he was trying. Finally, he went to call the mechanic. He called the mechanic. Mechanic came, looked at it, and he said, okay, I will repair it, but it will be $1,000. So he had no choice. He said, okay, $1,000. So the mechanic came, looked around here and there, took a hammer, small hammer, and then he hit at one place. That's all. And he said, please start the car. And the car started. And the mechanic said, $1,000, please. And he said, the guy was saying, just to hit a hammer here, you want $1,000. He said, no, I'm not asking $1,000 for hitting the hammer. For hitting the hammer, it is only $5. $995 to know where to hit. Because this person was struggling for hours and he didn't know. And this person, knowledgeable, he just comes, within 5 minutes the car starts. So we need to seek guidance, which Arjuna is now from friend to a disciple. He is turning and he's asking Krishna, please give me the guidance for long-term benefit. I don't want short-term benefits. So he wants long-term benefit. So here we see the power of surrender. In the material world, in the world where we live, surrender is connected to defeat. One army surrendered to another army. It's a defeat. But in spiritual life, surrender is a sign of victory. Because there is power of surrender. Arjuna is saying, Shadhi mam tvam prapannam. I am surrendering it to you as a disciple. This is the essence of bhakti, surrender. Without surrender, advice is just information. Without surrender, advice, you may become advice. With surrender, advice becomes transformation. So without surrender, advice is just remains information. With surrender, the same advice becomes transformation. So 3 life lessons for surrender we can take. Number 1, clarity comes from surrender. Number 2, strength comes from surrender. And number 3, peace comes from surrender. A child sleeps peacefully when you're traveling on a train or anywhere on the flight because father is there. He has no issue. Arjuna could fight peacefully because Krishna was his charioteer. So we need to have surrender. All our worries will end. Of course, surrender sometimes feels very difficult. We all agree, right? Why? Ego resist. I know the best. Why should I go to someone for guidance? Fear resist. What if I lose everything? Habits resist. I've done it this way. I'm going to be like this. I'm not going to change. So resistance, it will drown us in this ocean. Surrender will save us. So Arjuna was having these moments, Kurukshetra moments you can call, where he was surrendering, he was disturbed, he was perplexed, and then he didn't know what to do. Finally, he came to Krishna. Every day we face these Kurukshetra moments. Our emotions cloud judgment, duty conflicts with desire, but pride stops us from asking help. In such moments, what should we do? 3 steps which we learn from Arjuna's example. As I said, scriptures are to be made relevant in life. So 3 steps we learn from Arjuna's example, that when duty, there is a conflict between duty and desire, the emotions are clouding the judgment. What should you do? Number 1, accept weaknesses. Arjuna is accepting. Yes, karpanya doshopata subha. Don't deny it. Accept it. So first thing is acceptance. That yes, I have weaknesses. I cannot do on my own. So then when you cannot do, you have weaknesses, the second step comes, seek guidance. Don't isolate yourself. Arjuna did that. Said, Karpanya doshopata subhava prichhami tvam dharma sammuda cheta. I'm coming to you, I'm asking what is my duty right now. Because of my weakness, I cannot understand. Please guide me. So the first step is in life, when you are in such a situation, accept your weaknesses. Second, seek guidance. And third, surrender to Krishna. Surrender to the Supreme Personality. Surrender to the Supreme Power. Because confusion in life is definitely going to be there. Inevitable, as I said. So we can say confusion is natural. What about the solution? Solution is supernatural. It becomes supernatural through surrender. So Arjuna's life changed the moment he said, I am your disciple. I surrender. Our life too will change when we genuinely say to the Lord, oh Lord, I don't know anything, you guide me. That is what is required. And that is what we are seeing in this verse, very important verse, turning point for Arjuna. Karpanya doshopata subhava prichhami tvam dharma sambhava cheta. So Arjuna is teaching us that when you are in this condition, perplexed condition, seek guidance. Guidance in a mood of surrender. Guidance to learn. Accept you do not know anything. Seek guidance and then surrender. And real happiness will come when we have the knowledge. Knowledge will come. That is what happened when Arjuna surrendered. Now Krishna will start speaking. So next session, we will be seeing what Krishna says. Because now he has surrendered. Krishna was listening entire chapter 1. He did not speak. He did not speak till Arjuna said, now I need your guidance. And now is the time Krishna will start speaking, and we'll hear next time that what does Krishna says. Meanwhile, I had requested, some of you had also offered to join our meditation sessions, which will be daily for 10 minutes, starting from tomorrow, same time. And you'll get all the information on the group. My request to all of you who would like to join for 10 minutes a day for meditation, please join this group. At the same time, those of you who wish to recite the first shloka, which we discussed last Sunday, Dhritarashtra Uvacha, I'll be very happy to hear from all of you, or those who can recite. Any of you would like to volunteer for reciting? Although you have sent it, I know you have sent it in the group, but it'll be nice if you recite it here also. Any volunteers? I thought it was so easy that we'll have so many volunteers that I'll have to say, no, not this time, next time. Amit Prabhu, okay. Please recite.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Narpram. Dhatrashtra Uvacha Dharmashetre Kurukshetre Samveta Yujutsava Mamaka Pandavasyeva Kim Kurvat Sanjaya.
Thank you. Very nice. Chitra Mataji, please recite.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre.
Dhritarashtra Uvacha.
Sorry, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. Samaveta Yutsava. Mamaka Pandavasheva. Kim Kurvat Sanjaya.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? Was it so difficult? All of you were recording and sending. No, looks like it was so difficult. Vishwanath. Yes, Vishwanath.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmashetre Kurukshetre Samaveda Yuyutsava Mamakama Pandavachaiva Kimakura Sanjaya.
Okay, very nice. Thank you. We have Aarti, please speak. Aarti Mataji, you can speak.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmashetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yujutsava Mamaka Pandavascheva Kim Akurvata Sanjaya.
Very nice. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, we have someone wanted to say. Where is it? Oh yeah, you're raising hand in the video. Yes. It's for Chandana.
धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समावेता जुजुत्सवः मामुकः पाण्डवश्चैव किमकुर्वत संजय. हरे कृष्ण.
Very nice. Thank you. Very nice. Okay. Any other volunteers for this? We also have some new participants in this class who have joined just today. Grateful to them. Would like to welcome them to the family, and hope so that you will learn a lot of things here, and you will share your knowledge also with us. So all those who have joined today for the first time, most welcome. And I'll try my best to guide you, to support you, to help you understand Bhagavad Gita. Thank you. Thank you for joining. We have some very enthusiastic people also. Like, I think There was someone who asked on the group about what's going to happen, right? It was what? Was it you, Anna? You can unmute yourself if you.
Hi, Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hello there. Yes, I just had some curiosities around the format, but I think having participated now, I understand I actually did something similar with ISKCON in Brighton maybe 3 years ago, where weekly I was attending the meetings on Tuesdays, and then I kind of fell out, but because I found the manor in Watford and started attending and then coming to visit. So it's nice to have something like this regular again to be able to attend.
Thank you very much for joining, and I hope
Thank
it
you for
was
having me.
a learning experience for you.
I always found with the when I was attending the ones in Brighton, and now it's happened again today, that there were the wisdom which is being taught then resonates with other things which are happening in life. It's good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
See you next session on next Sunday. Yes, you have something to say, Rupa?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, I have one question that I received on my messages. Can you define service for higher causes? And that does not mean like in the medical field.
Actually, we are having a festival here. A lot of kirtan is going on. For me to hear is a little difficult, but what I heard is explain service with explain what is service with higher purposes, and what was
With
the
higher
last one?
purposes. Correct, with higher purposes.
Okay, that's what. Explain service with higher purpose. Okay, thank you. Sorry for it. There's like today we have a kirtan mela going on. 12 hours continuous kirtan. And so everyone is so excited. So I'm hearing a lot of sound, but anyway, service with the higher purpose. Yes. What is the meaning? Meaning is that when we serve whomever, whether we serve humanity, whether we serve someone else, whether we serve animals, whoever we are serving, we should have a purpose. Now, the purpose could be my happiness. Okay. I like to serve so and so, so I'm serving. That's all. My happiness. That is not a very high purpose. Because today you're happy, tomorrow you won't be happy, then you won't serve. Very simple. So, service for higher purpose means service which can help the person elevate himself to the higher levels towards God, elevating the person towards God. Yes, you help him with food, help him with clothes, but at the same time, help him move towards God, a higher purpose, not just I like it, so I do it. That is a very low level of purpose. That's not very always good. I like it, I do it. Tomorrow you won't like it, you won't do it. Then what about your duty? What about your commitments? So, duty with higher purpose means duty or service with higher purpose means service which pleases the Supreme Lord, which gives the real benefit to the society. It is not just temporary benefit, real benefit to the society, and the service which can give us also a higher position on the, you should say, elevation of consciousness. Like we have ladder, say, for example, so many souls are on one step, many souls on another. So we have to go on elevating ourselves in this human life. We cannot be stagnant. So that elevation will be when you have a higher purpose. Then you will think of going up. But if you don't have a higher purpose, like, it is said that there is no harm in having a higher goal and not achieving it. But the problem is you have a lower goal and you achieved it. So that's why always keep a higher goal. Higher goal means any goal connected to God, any goal which is helping you to understand why things are happening around you, and the goal which is helping others also to elevate themselves to towards God. Does that answer the question? Thank you. Okay, so now this week we are going to learn the second shloka, which I recited in the beginning of this session, Karpanya Doshopata Subhava. But please recite it in a nice tune, like I did. I hope you all remember it. But if you don't, I'm going to speak one more time. Karpanya Doshopahata Swabhava Prichhami Tvam Dharma Sammudha Cheta Yachreyasyanishchitam bruhi tanme Shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. Thank you very much, and I'm grateful that all of you joined. Hope to see you for the next session also. And as I said, you'll get the information about the meditation starting tomorrow. Please join. We have invited a very, very prominent personality. He's been in this field of teaching meditation and physical fitness for more than almost 25, 30 years. He has done a PhD in this subject, and he's going to guide us for meditation. So please join tomorrow, same time, and rest all information will be shared with you soon on the group. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna.